From kabooters carrying your letters to your loved ones, to emails and FaceTimes, we have indeed come a long way in learning to communicate and correspond with others. But what about our communication and correspondence with self? कि ਅਸੀਂ अपने आप नाल रूबरू हाँ? Well, that's what we shall dwell on today. Wellness morning to all. Building Spiritual Muscles, a subsidiary of Human Empowerment Cell of Jeevan Charge, welcomes you all to day 7 of our 15-day ongoing series on Laws of Universe Level 1. Our spiritual healer and life coach, Vindri Kaurji, will communicate and correspond with us on the 4th law in our session today. Koji, is there a volume issue at your end? Please check your audio, Koji. While Puaji rejoins, this is our day 7, and today we are doing the 4th law of universe. The law will be revealed by Puaji, and she will dwell on this topic today. And any topic-related questions will definitely be taken up. And if there are any pending questions in our previous laws, we will take them up also in our subsequent sessions. Thank you so much. I think Puaji has joined. Hanji, please make Puaji the co-host so she can unmute herself.
Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
Puaji. Perfect, perfect. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Good morning to everyone. Good evening to the overseas. Sat Sri Akal, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Sorry, lot of patience is yours. So now let's get back to work. Our last session, our last law which we did on the third law was action. Every law is connected, every law. That means today the law of correspondence. What is correspondence? It is communication, communicating somehow or the other. Whatever action we do, the outer world is going to correspond to us, is going to communicate to us. That means that whatever is happening in the world, whatever we can see, the situation that comes is telling us about our inner world, is corresponding to us, it is communicating to us, it is giving us a message that what is outside is actually inside you. So this keeps on going. Ye 24 hours this battle is going on. And our reality, jo humko nazar aa raha hai, jo sansar pe ho raha hai, it is a mirror. It is a mirror. And this mirror is corresponding to the inner world, is telling us what's happening inside us. For example, someone compliments us and I'm very happy. I'm very happy and I take the compliment very well. And why? Because if I take it very well, that means my inner world is corresponding to the outer world. That outside mood of mine, very good mood, shows that my inner world is corresponding to the outer world. But if someone compliments me and I'm not able to take it, that means it is telling more about my inner world. That something is wrong inside. That is why the communication is not aligned. So we have to understand that every action that we take, every action, you see the whole world is in action. So whatever action we take, there is always a correspondence outside. So we can understand that this is a very, very important, you can see a very important law, because this law is going to tell us a lot of things. Now you go into the outside world. If you see the outside world, what happens? How do we correspond? How do we correspond with the outside world? By text, email, memo, letters, and there are many more things. This is how we all have the correspondence done through these things. But now we are coming on to the spirituality way of the law of the correspondence. What is this law? Law of correspondence in psychology. Now, according to the law of correspondence, your circumstances, situations that come in life, jo bhi zindagi mein, jo bhi situation aati, jo bhi circumstance, let it be good or let it be bad. Whatever that circumstances comes is actually corresponding to your inner being. It is to your inner world. This outer world, outer circumstances, outer triggers are actually communicating and corresponding to your inner being. If the outside situation is good, it shows that the inner world is also good. But if the outside world is not good, it is giving us a message that check your inside world. Can be used how? By helping us out of trouble. For example, if someone is outside, there's a negative thing. If someone is hurt, very badly hurt, immediately, what have we to do? We have to go inside. We have to check ourselves inside. That means there is something is wrong inside. So the outside situation always warns us that the outside situation is not good. It is negative. You are in trouble. Then how do you solve this problem? Go inside. So that means our correspondence of letter, emails are what? Our outside mirror, our circumstances, our triggers, our stimulus, they are all our correspondence and telling us about the inner world. So if you really want to improve yourself, in psychology, they say that you have to go and check your inside world, your mind, your thought process, your emotions. Now, so that means this, we are bar repeating in all the laws, because all the laws and all are interconnected. So that means no law, जो पहले 3 laws थे हम लोगों ने बहुत अच्छी तरह समझ लिया था, because we knew that everything is energy, everything is thought, man is a bundle of thoughts, all are the emotions, the whole universe is made of energy. So now it becomes that even actions are also energy. Actions are energy. एंड उसका जो रिस्पॉन्स मिलेगा, जो उसके कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंस मिलेगी, जो उसकी कम्युनिकेशन मिलेगी, जो हमको लेटर बार से मिलेगा, जो मैसेजेस मिलेंगे, जो ट्रिगर्स मिलेंगे, they are also what? They are also all energies, but they are always giving us a message. But in life, no, we never try to catch these messages. We don't want to catch these messages. क्योंकि जिंदगी में जो भी कुछ हो रहा है ना, we are always in the blame game. We are always in the blame game. Always in the judgment. We never realize कि जो भी situation हमको आ रहा है, the basic correspondence theory means that they're giving us a message. They're actually giving us a message that please check inside. Please check inside. Now, if whatever we say is true, whatever we believe or say is true, if it corresponds to the things as they are, अगर हमारा अंदर और बाहर are same, then mean it is true. But if it is not aligned, अंदर कुछ और बाहर कुछ और, that means the reality is false. That means they have to be aligned. So always try to take this outer situations, ये बाहर के जितने भी circumstances हैं, बाहर के जो triggers हैं, बाहर के stimulus हैं, बड़े ध्यान से उसको देखो कि भाई ये हमको कोई मैसेज दे रहा है. They are corresponding to us. What are they corresponding? That please go inside and check. Somewhere there is no alignment. बाहर अगर स्थिति या the situation गलत है, इसका मतलब अंदर ही गलत है. बाहर सही है तो अंदर भी सही है. So this is a very important law, because in the universe we always usually don't bother. We are always in the rat race of blame game. But actually it is trying to help us to rectify our own inner thoughts, our emotions, our inner world. Now, what is the importance of this spiritual law of correspondence? What is the importance? Now, we can use this spiritual law of correspondence into 3 ways we can use it. First, how do we use it? By communicating with our different part of ourselves. Like we using Reiki. So how do we do? How do we communicate? How do we correspond in spiritual law with the different parts of our body, with the different part of our cell? Just like how we do in Reiki. You can heal each and every part of your body. So correspondence spiritual law is important because it helps us to correspond, to communicate with our body. Second, where do we correspond with? With whom do we communicate? We are communicating with 2 things, cell, with the outer cell. You see in the world, there are so many of relationships. There are relationships outside. But how are we communicating with them? What is the correspondence? Our communication is not correct. But if we see our relationships outside is not correct, not healthy, please try to correspond with your inner self. That means somewhere there is a glitch, or there may be a little bit of अनबन होगा अंदर की higher self के साथ. The very most important third part is that you have to correspond with your inner self. जिसने ये सीख लिया कि हमने how to communicate with our own self, पढ़ते तो बहुत हैं, पता भी बहुत कुछ है कि we are the oneness, we are the higher self, we are the universe. कहते तो बहुत हैं, but have we ever communicated? Have we ever had a correspondence with that? No. It is just us saying, but we have never walked on our talks. So what happens? The best ways that we correspond with our higher self means our oneness with our what? Man to Jot Swarup hai. But what, whom are we communicating? We are always in the body conscious. We don't even know that we have to correspond or we have to communicate with our soul consciousness. That is our highest self. That is our oneness. The day we learn to correspond with our higher self, remember one thing, we will learn to communicate with each and every part of our body. If we are able to communicate with our higher self, then we will have a very good correspondence with our relationship in the universe. Our relationships will be of a very good thing. Now, we all are spiritual beings on a human journey. We are not human being on this journey. We are actually all the spiritual being. I had done it on the very second day of Brahmtha. What were we? We were those small spirits. We were those spirits who have come onto this world. How did we come? By having a physical body, a human body. So those spiritual beings having a physical human body came on this earth on a different journey. They are supposed to experience the human being's journey. We have to get. So they say we are spiritual beings on a human journey, not human beings on a spiritual journey. So what are we? We are actually that oneness. We are actually the spirits who have come to experience on this journey on this earth. So now every step you take in your physical life reflects the spiritual life. जो भी कदम आप उठाते हो जिंदगी में, any actions that you take, they reflect your spiritual self. How? अगर मैं किसी के साथ बहुत बुरी तरह बिहेव कर रही हूं और मेरा अनबन है, रिश्ते अच्छे नहीं हैं, तो what does it reflect? This mirror is reflecting my spiritual self. It shows that I am not connected to my spiritual self. I'm not corresponding to my spiritual self. I'm not behaving like that oneness. And this will happen. My outside relationships will come. My lessons are going to be repeated. Bar, wo aega until I learn them. And how? For example, when we are told not to eat junk food that is not healthy, we know, we are told, but we still eat. We still eat because it is tasty. Now, when we eat, so what happens? Our body becomes sick. Body becomes sick. When the body becomes sick, the body is communicating to us, giving us signal that stop eating the junk food. Stop eating the junk food. Is telling us, but we do not bother about these signals. We are not bothered about this communication. We are not bothered about the communication or the correspondence. Then it becomes too late. So in the same way, in our life, whenever situations are coming to us, we have to be very, very careful that those situations that come to us are actually telling us, are we evolved? कि ऐसी सच्चार दे मार्ग में चल पे हैं कि नहीं? Or are we still in the body conscious? Relationships अच्छे हो रहे हैं. It shows that yes, we are walking on the path of truthful living. अगर हमारे relationship ठीक नहीं हो रहे हैं, बाहर के हालात खराब होते जा रहे हैं, that means हमारे अंदर का जो the spiritual being, we are not being a spiritual being. We are not connected to the spiritual self. We are only connected to the body conscious. Now, when we say the law of correspondence teaches us to acknowledge and look at every issues, my humble request to all of you, the law of correspondence, what does it teach us? It teaches us, makes us acknowledge that please heal yourself inside. If you will not heal yourself inside, but these situations are going to come repeatedly to us. It's going to keep on and on and on, and these lessons are going to keep on coming until we check and have a communication with the higher self inside. नहीं तो बाहर के situations are not going to change. They will keep on and on repeating. Then when one's ability to move through a challenge has come, and now we have started working. Now we have started working and handling the situation. उस situation को हम बहुत अच्छी तरह handle कर रहे हैं. That means that slowly and slowly, what happens, we have started walking inside. We have started walking inside, and we are in lining with whom? With the divine wisdom. We are now connecting, and what are we doing? We are definitely corresponding to the higher self. What shows that we are connecting to the higher self? बाहर की जो situations आ रही हैं वो बताएंगे. पहले बहुत खराब थे, अंदर भी बहुत खराब था. अब हम लोगों को पता लग गया कि भाई ये बाहर का जो situation आई है, ये actually हमको message दे रहे कि आपके अंदर की situation खराब है. You are broken from the oneness. So now I start working. How am I working? I take the knowledge. मैं रबी गुण लेती हूँ और उस मार्ग पे चलती हूँ. जैसे जैसे मैं चलती हूँ, and I'm going towards soul conscious. As I'm traveling towards the soul conscious inside, मेरे बाहर के situations are becoming better and better and better. So that means मेरे बाहर के situations, what are they corresponding to? How are they communicating you? What message are they giving? That yes, you are already trying to connect to your higher self. आप सच के मार्ग में चल पड़े हो. You are already walking on the truthful living. आप सच्चार हो रहे हो. You are connecting to the higher self. कौन बता रहे? हमारे बाहर के situations. So don't overlook your outside situations because they are like the letter, they are like the emails, they are corresponding with you and talking about your evolution. Have you evolved or not? Now, what happens that as you are changing, slowly you will see that outer world is changing. Why? Because the inner world is changing. See, they're all connected, communicating to each other. But we don't know. We just do not know that this is actually happening. Now, let us investigate 3 ways in which we can consciously align ourselves if any unpleasant situation comes. अब हमारे सामने कोई unpleasant situation आ गई है और अब हमने तरीका यूज करना है कि हमने कैसे अपने आप को इनलाइन करना है by using the law of correspondence. Now, एक situation सामने आ गई, अब हम ये law of correspondence यूज करने लगे हैं. How and why? Because we have to align ourselves. So now we are taking that unpleasant situation as a correspondent. Now we look at it, that is communicating us, is giving us a message. First thing, it is like a mirror. It's a mirror image. जो बाहर का जो situation है, it is just like a mirror. What does it do? It is just reflecting of the inner world outside. वो जो बाहर की situation है, वो actually हमको अंदर की कहानी बता रही है. It's reflecting the inner world. That means there is disharmony inside. That is why there's disharmony outside. So disharmony जो आपको बाहर नजर आ रही है, वो actually हमको बता रही है कि आपके अंदर की world को there is a inner world में disharmony है. In other words, the image is telling us about the true self. जैसे जैसे वो image, वो बाहर की situation जो हमारा एक mirror है, जैसे जैसे वो दिखा रहा है unhealthy relationship, very bad situations दिखा रहा है, it's not talking about our damage to the inner self. It's talking about an area which has to be healed. बाहर की जो situation है, वो क्या बता रहा है? वो जो एक mirror है, हम अपनी एक शक्ल देखते हैं ना mirror में, तो हम आपको अपना चीज नजर आ रही है, तो वो उस mirror में हमको जो दिखाई दे रहा है, whatever we are seeing, that there is disharmony in relationship, there is a situation bad, that means people are talking filth, they're backbiting, everything. ये जो situation हमको mirror में नजर आ रहा है बास, they're actually telling us that this is happening inside you. Then this mirror is not talking about your true self. It's talking about your area which has to be healed. It is an area that has to be healed. Now, when you take time to change your inner negative thoughts, that means you are now changing your inner thoughts because हमको समझ आ गई कि ये संसार जो नजर आ रहा है ये सब मेरी अंदर की कहानी बता रहा है. So now I've taken a step and I'm going to change it. How do I change my inner world? By positive affirmations, having good thoughts, knowledge, Rabbi Gun. So what happens? I'm changing my inner negative thoughts and feelings. And when I'm changing them, slowly, 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 मेरे अंदर में तब्दीली हो रही. There is a change coming inside. How the change is coming? I am traveling into the truthful living. I'm traveling towards the divine power. And slowly, slowly, what happens? I become God. I am God. So this is a very important thing. जब भी कोई भी situation आए जिंदगी, any situation that come in life, remember one thing, this is the steps that you are going to take. Again, I am repeating because this is very, very important. जब भी कोई भी situation जिंदगी पे आता है, let it be a situation in relationship or maybe in workplaces or with friends, any situation negative आ रहा है, how do we enlighten? How do we get out of it? First, जो भी situation आता है उसको एक मिरर समझ के रखो कि ये जो जिंदगी में हो रहा है ये एक मिरर है और इस मिरर में जो भी ये गलत हो रहा है ये सब गलत मेरे अंदर हो रहा है. You'll stop the blame game. Don't pass any judgment. So first आपने उसको ये कह दिया ये मिरर है of the inside world. Second, what will happen कि आप उस चीज को अपने अंदर को आपने उसको रेक्टिफाई करना शुरू. नो ये जो अंदर का है ये कोई इनर सेल्फ की बात नहीं कर रही है, ये आपके वुंडेड एरिया के बारे वो मिरर में बता रहा है कि आपके अंदर ये वुंडेड एरिया, आप इसको चेक करो. So now what do I do? The third step, I start taking the wisdom, I take the Rabbi Gun and I start walking on it. I start walking on it. I start implementing on it. How? In my thoughts. I change my negative thoughts. I change my negative emotions. And slowly, slowly, when I am changing inside, I am connecting to the divine power. My inside world is changing. My inside जो hurt था, that area that was wounded is being healed. And as I am enlightening and practicing, slowly it is showing that the outside situation become better and better. When they become better and better means that I'm slowly walking towards my divine power. I'm working and slowly, slowly I become God. When I become God, when I am connected to the divine power inside, then what happens? You will see that your outside situations are going to become very, very beautiful. And this is very, very important because these are the tools of how to face situations that come into your life. Now, I will give you some opposing. These are the 3 ways of how to align yourself when situations come into your life, negative situation. Now we're going to work on the opposing forces. Negative forces are there. And now we are going to use such forces that are going to fight against these negative forces. How? How are you going to? Once you have discovered that the lower frequency happening in the outside world, you can transform by applying energies. Which energies? Positive energies. These are the opposing forces. Example, when someone is criticizing you, you have been criticized. What happens? You usually feel very bad. Now you give an opposing force. Immediately start praising someone. Start praising someone. When you are hurt, someone tells you something and you are hurt, then what you do? Immediately, anyone, start loving someone. So what is happening? You are giving an opposite force. When you are discouraged, badi bad log kehte, no, you cannot do this, you are a failure, everything. Encourage someone. When you are afraid, ab dare hoye ho, kisi ko bhi, please reassure someone. When you are doing these opposite forces you apply, you are actually mastering yourself. You are healing the wounds, those parts of the thing which are reflecting in the mirror. So what happens? You are using all these opposite forces. These two are very, very important parts which I have given in the slide. First is the 3 ways of how to face and line yourself when negative situations come. And second is the one using these forces, opposite forces, which are going to heal your inner side. So what do we say? That whenever a situation comes, please start taking the responsibility. You have to take the responsibility, because your growth, your evolution is your responsibility. You can read books, you can go to seminars, you can go to webinars, you can hear everything. But to walk on it is your responsibility. Evolution and growth on this world is your responsibility. To create heaven on earth is your responsibility. Challenges are going to come on this universe. All the universe you will see with the naked eye. Ab har jagah mein jhank ke dekho. What is there? There is all over the place, all actions are taking place. Everywhere. Ab khol ke dekho, sabere se leke raat tak. कुछ गलत हो रहा है, कोई सही हो रहा है, कोई गलत हो रहा है, कोई सही हो रहा है, कुछ मेरे साथ, कुछ दूसरों के साथ. The whole universe you will see that they are all mirrors. ये सब mirror है. आज मेरे साथ कुछ गलत हो रहा है, कोई आप लोगों के साथ कुछ गलत हो रहा है, जो मेरे साथ गलत हो रहा है, जो सामने हो रहा है, उसको एक मिरर समझ के कॉरेस्पॉन्ड हो रहा है, कम्युनिकेट कर रहा है. प्लीज ये बंदे अपने अंदर में झांक के देखो, उसको ठीक करो. वहां पे there are wounds inside which you have to rectify. And if you will not rectify, these situations which you see in the mirror are going to be repeated बार 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 बार. वो जिंदगी में आएगा. वो कब रुकेगा? The day you have healed yourself inside. If you have not healed, then sorry to say, throughout life we will live like a rotten vegetables. Now is the time. Please take seriously this law of correspondence. Communicating. It is a message. It's like a letter has come to you. An email has come to you. How? In the form of all these situations. These are all the correspondence that are coming. And just don't keep on passing remarks and judging them and blaming them. Stop it. Just stop it. Because this is a spiritual law of correspondence. The universe is giving you message. Every off and on, every nook and corner is giving you a message. And if you have understood this law, use this law, because this will help you to heal yourself. It will help you to change the situations. To change the outer situations, you have to change yourself. You change, the world changes. You heal, the world heals. This is how you can correspond. So please do not overlook all these email and letters that are coming in life to us in the form of situation, stimulus, triggers. So if you have not understood, you can please raise your hand. And if there is any questions, you can please carry on. Hanji.
Affirmations to self and how they will work, we'll be doing in our subsequent laws. For now, we can take up our queries related to the 4th law. Ji Rebel.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਭਾਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. ਭਾਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ when ਅਸੀਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਕੁਝ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤਾਂ we come to know ਕਿ we are wounded, है ना, out of the wound we are telling someone. So we now we start realizing when we are using wisdom कि नहीं मैंने किसी को ऐसे क्यों बोला, गलत बोला, है ना, कि मैं अपने आप की देखो किसने. but sometimes other side, opposite side, right? तो एक बारी दो बारी मतलब वो बंदा अगर आपको कुछ ना कुछ कह रहा है and you are on a like you know मतलब आप अपने को रियलाइज करो कि आप सही पाथ में चल रहे हो, आपने कुछ बुरा नहीं किया, अंदर इंसानियत बताती है कि तुम सबके साथ इक्वल कर रहे हो. बट वो बंदा मे बी फिर इनसिक्योर है, वुंडेड है, मतलब हमें ऐसे लेना है. सो यू नो यू फील हर्ट कि यार मैं तो इक्वल कर रही हूँ, तो अपोजिट पार्टी ऐसे क्यों सोच रही है. इट मीन समवेयर आई एम नॉट स्ट्रॉन्ग और आई हैव टू ट्रेन माई मन कि नहीं मे बी द पर्सन इज वुंडेड, है ना, आई नीड टू गिव सम टाइम. So I have to increase my aura. So
yes, see what happens. Correspondence was what? कि जो भी हो रहा है is like a mirror. Mirror of what? Of my inner world. अब कोई बंदा मेरे को बार बार बोल रहा है है, बार बार बोल रहा है। तो मैं कहती हूँ कि भाई आई एम नॉट डूइंग एनी सच थिंग, मैं तो अपने आप को बहुत रेक्टिफाई कर रही है, पर वो बार बार बोल रहा है। I told you the situations will keep on and on and on repeating until you have healed your own inner wound. But we are thinking that we have healed, but actually we have not healed. वो situation बार बार आ रहा है because we are not still healed our inner wound. हमको लग रहा है कि we have healed. अगर हमने heal कर लिया होता ना, तो हमने that thing would have become in a very different way. वो जो भी हो रहा है, तो we will never even think कि that person is hurting me. We will always see this way कि भाई whatever he is doing, you know, I have an empathy for that person. I have an empathy rather than thinking कि मैंने कुछ बोला नहीं है, वो बार बार मेरे को बोल रहा है, बार बार. That means our perception of seeing is different. Our perception of seeing is different कि मैं तो कुछ करा भी नहीं है, I have to heal myself everything. वो बार बार मेरे को क्यों ऐसे बार बार हर्ट कर रहा है? Why is he doing? मैंने तो कुछ किया ही नहीं है. पर नहीं, वो बार बार यही आपको मैसेज दे रहा है कि no, there is still an area that is wounded, उसको हील करो. क्योंकि अगर वो हील्ड हो जाता ना, तो आपको वो नजर ही नहीं आता. You would never even have seen in that way, in that vision, कि he is trying to hurt you. You would see it such a way कि hi, that person is so wounded, you know, that person is hurt, he has to be helped, I have an empathy, I should help him. Rather than saying कि भाई जब मैंने कुछ बोला ही नहीं है, क्यों बार बार मेरे को वही बोलते जा रहा है? Why is he hurting me बार बार जब मैंने किया ही नहीं है? So you understand there are two perspectives. You have to be very careful. The day you stop seeing that way, the day you stop judging that way, that means you are healed.
So I need to be more empathetic, right?
Yes, you have to be more empathetic. That means your area is still wounded.
Thank you.
हाँ जी रजवन जी, अनम्यूट करो जी.
ओके, अनम्यूट. आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
हाँ जी.
हाँ जी. बुआ जी,
हाँ जी.
पढ़ वेद पुराण कतेबा तू जंगल जहान मंदिर विच पढ़िया, ना तू अपने आप नू पढ़िया, ना तू अपने आप विच पढ़िया. यही हो रहा है.
Yes, absolutely. You are right. बस ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹੀ ਖਾਲੀ ਗਿਆਨ ਲੈ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ. ਅਸੀਂ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ, but we are not implementing. We are not implementing. Why we are not implementing? At times concepts are not clear. That is why we want that the concept should be very clear. Because little concept not clear can be very dangerous. अब जब हमने ਅਸੀਂ कह देता है कि भाई जो बाहर हो रहा है वो totally negative है और वो मेरा mirror है. You have to accept it कि yes ये mirror है. अगर वो mirror ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਹਾਲੀ ਵੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ तकलीफ दे रही है, इधर मतलब I am wounded, मेरा area हाली wounded है. We have to accept it, 100% accept करना पड़ेगा. We cannot make an excuse कि नहीं मैंने तो कुछ किया नहीं, I'm already healed, I've done so much, I'm doing. वो बाहर फिर भी क्यों कर रहे हैं? नहीं, ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ heal ਹੋ ਜਾਓਗੇ, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ perception, your way of thinking, your visions will change.
बुआ जी, I want to continue first complete.
हाँ जी.
हाँ जी. जीवन जांचना ज्वाइन करके मिरर जो है वो वाकई
हाँ जी,
अपना मिरर दिख रहा बा. वहाँ फिलहाल तो वो कॉन्वेक्स है, छोटा दिख रहा है, कॉन्क्लेव नहीं हो रहा. तो देयर आर सम हर्डल्स. हाँ जी, देयर आर सम हर्डल्स उन एक्चुअल व्यावहारिक लाइफ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਦੇ ਝੂਠ ਵੀ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਵਾ. ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਝੂਠ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਵਾ. ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਰੀਸ਼ਚੰਦਰ ਦੀ ਔਲਾਦ ਤਾਂ ਬਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ, ਨਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਵਾਂਗੂ ਤੇਰਾ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ. ਤੇ ਇਹ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਥਾਈਂ ਇਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਰੋਕ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਕਿੰਨਾ ਰੋਕੇਗਾ ਤੇ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਕਰੀਏ?
ਦੇਖੋ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਸਿਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਲੈਣੀ ਪਏਗੀ. ਫॉर ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਝੂਠ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਹੈ. ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਪਾਰਟ ਆਫ ਲਾਈਫ, ਗ੍ਰਸਤੀ ਹੈ, ਐਵਰੀਥਿੰਗ. These are all excuses. Laws will not take these excuses. Law नहीं लेगा. लॉ कहेगा मेरा लॉ तो लॉ ही है, इट इज इक्वल फॉर एवरीथिंग एंड एवरीवन। बेशक वो झूठ बड़ा है, बेशक वो झूठ छोटा है, बेशक वो बिजनेस वास्ते है, बेशक रिलेशनशिप, झूठ ते झूठ है। Now how much you have faith on your guru, how much you faith have knowledge on this knowledge, how much एक चाव है that you want to change your inner world, ਇਹ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਇੰਡੀਵਿਜੂਅਲ ਉੱਪਰ ਡਿਪੈਂਡ ਕਰਦਾ। what is your priority, what is your priority? You want to attain and you want to stand with these values, or do you want to okay ਕਿਤੇ ਕਿਤੇ use ਕੀਤਾ, ਕਿਤੇ ਕਿਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ use ਕੀਤਾ? That's individual priority that you have to choose. You have to be very strong. But remember one thing, agar tusi laws de upar chalte ho, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਏਗਾ। You have to trust this law. This is the universal law that ਇੱਕ ਕਦੀ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ what you saying, it will never bring negativity to you. ਅਗਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੈਸੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਝੂਠ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਅਗਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੱਚ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੈਸਾ ਘੱਟ ਹੋਏ, it doesn't matter, but I will tell the truth. Remember one thing, this truth will bring abundance into your life. At least have faith on your knowledge, have faith on the universe laws. But ਸਾਨੂੰ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਨਹੀਂ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਛੋਟੇ ਛੋਟੇ ਝੂਠ ਵੀ ਬੋਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ, ਛੋਟੇ ਛੋਟੇ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ, because we want our own. These are all excuses. Law will not change. ਹੁਣ ਇਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਚਾਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਹੈ, you want evolution, it all individual. ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ, ਪਾਸ ਕੇ ਦੂਜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਰਟੀ ਆ ਪਾਸ ਉਹ ਡੀਲ ਕਰਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਰੀਅਲ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਸ ਬਤਾਇਆ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਦਾ ਨੁਕਸਾਨ ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਵੀ ਨੁਕਸਾਨ ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਉਹਦਾ ਵੀ ਹੋਏਗਾ। ਕਿਸ
See,
ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ
you
ਕਰੀਏ?
just have to flow with the universe. You don't have to think about anyone else. You have to take your own responsibility only. बस अगर कोई रेट ऊपर थल्ले होंदा भी है, do not forego your values. Don't forego your values. You will hold to your values, abundance will come. Trust the universe. Trust the universe.
अच्छा टाइम है और shall I
But give,
continue?
let me, there are 3-4 more of them, this thing,
Okay,
then I'll
let
come
them
back
complete.
to you.
Okay.
Hanji.
We have an important takeaway to be shared on today's law, and we will definitely share it after the queries. Ji Rita ji.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਭੂਆ ਜੀ, ਬਹੁਤ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਵੀ। ਪਤਾ ਲਾਸਟ ਵਾਲੇ ਸੈਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਚੇਂਜ ਯੂਰ એનર્ਜੀ। ਅਗਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ એનર્ਜੀ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਡਿਸਟਰਕਟਿਵ ਨਾ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਓ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਚੇਂਜ ਕਰੋ। ਅੱਜ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਮਝਾਇਆ ਕਿ ਅਪੋਜ਼ਿੰਗ ਫੋਰਸ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕ੍ਰਿਟਿਸਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਗਰ ਹੇਟ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਲਵ ਚ ਕਰੋ ਟ੍ਰਾਂਸਪੋਰਟ। ਇਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਇੱਕ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਨਾਲ ਕਰੋ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਅਗਰ ਇਨਸਟੈਂਟ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਨਸਟੈਂਟ ਟ੍ਰਾਂਸਫਰ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ, ਬਟ ਸਮਟਾਈਮਸ ਵੀ ਕਾਂਟ ਡੂ and we keep it inside. So what will happen?
So then what happens? It's not necessary कि instant कर सको। एक चीज कोई सानू कुछ कहता है, एक हर्ट जरूर होता है इस टाइम, उधर हर्ट होता है ना, हर्ट ते आया, एक्नॉलेज किया कि मेरे अंदर हर्ट आया। Now take the strength कि तुसी किसी नु praise कर। It will take strength, because now when you're going to praise someone, now that hurt will be, that wound will be healed. It's
So
not
it
necessary immediately.
after some time or मतलब कि जब होया ओनु उस टाइम नहीं करके after some days, or it will take time?
No, देखो जितनी जल्दी करो उतना हर्ट तुसी linger on करते रहोगे।
Okay.
You understand? As soon as possible. उस टाइम नहीं हो सकता, doesn't matter. But now you got this knowledge. ये knowledge ते आ गई कि okay, I have to use an opposite force. आज मैंने उन्हें किया, मैंने इतना hurt किया, everything किया, they really insulted me. तो उस टाइम नहीं हो सकता. But now you've got this knowledge, no? कि oh, I have to use an opposite force. But मैंने थोड़ी ताकत चाहिए, because that hurt is there. It is already wounded. Now you need a little bit. देखो दर्द भी होएगा, मलम भी ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ लगाना पड़ेगा, एफर्ट यूज करना पड़ेगा, फिर जितनी जल्दी हो सके, जितना तुसी लिंगर करो और वुंड होर खुलेगा, होर हर्ट होएगा।
Okay.
So जितनी जल्दी हो सकता है immediately नहीं हो सकता है ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਅੱਧੇ ਘੰਟੇ ਬਾਅਦ। But now you've got that knowledge कि I have to use it because my wound will increase.
Correct. Okay. Thank you.
Hanji bachcha, God bless you.
We have a lot of queries today, which I think is a very healthy sign. Hanji Ritu ji. हाँ जी, अनम्यूट करो जी।
हाँ जी, सत श्री अकाल जी। जिस तरह पूजी ने किया कि if somebody is the same thing which the previous person was asking, कि if you are being criticized, so you start praising. So it is about same person, उन्हां नूं ही praise करना जेडे सामने तुहानू criticize कर रहे ने, जेडे तुहाडे नाल, yeah, it can be in the universe for anybody else or
anyone.
मतलब
If you had to talk to that person, that you do it immediately, or anyone. Main thing is that energy force has to be changed. That criticized has wounded you.
right.
Now that wound has to be healed. So the criticizing has to be healed by praising.
Okay.
So praising to the same person, to another person, can do any. But do it as soon as possible before the wound becomes bigger and bigger. Why suffer for it for such a long time?
ਤੇ
But
ਤੁਹਾਡੇ
down
ਹਿਸਾਬ
down-
ਨਾਲ
ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮੈਟਰ ਉਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੈਪਨ ਹੋਇਆ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਬਾਰ-ਬਾਰ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ
ਨਹੀਂ।
ਕੋਈ ਚੀਜ਼ and it's main with me with the relationships otherwise by the grace of Baba ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛਾ ਹੈ ਬਟ ਥੋੜੀ relationships ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ problems ਆਉਂਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਇਧਰ ਉਧਰ ਸੇ I just really want to do it good ਤੇ ਮਤਲਬ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਤਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ praise ਕਰੋ ਤੇ ਮਤਲਬ you make yourself compassionate and loved. Okay.
Yeah, because this is the game of energy. Criticize energy wounded me inside. Okay, so that means it is a criticism that wounded me inside. Opposite of criticism is praise. You have to use an energy of praise to heal that wound. So you praise anyone, that person or anyone you praise, but do it as soon as possible so that the wound does not become bigger and bigger.
ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਸੋਲੂਸ਼ਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਰੱਬੀ ਗੁਣ ਮਤਲਬ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਨਾ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਇਹਨੂੰ
or you can use knowledge, wisdom, anything. This is Naam Simran. Naam Simran means the knowledge plus the Rabbi Gun.
Okay.
ਤੁਸੀਂ use ਕਰੋਗੇ तो automatically ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੋਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ wounds are going to be healed. But we are giving you opposite forces. Criticize ਕੀਤਾ है, praise someone. Angry ਕੀਤਾ, love someone.
Sometime like ਤੁਸੀਂ feel ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ recover ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ you're trying to come out of the situation but the other person is still there and you are affected because he is your close person ਤੇ ਉਹ ਹੁਣ ਵੀ ਉਸੇ frame ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈਗੇ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕਰੋ
See, for example, you are healed, okay? Means you taken your own responsibility, okay? ਅਗਲਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਅਗਰ ਉਹ ਹਾਲੀ ਵੀ ਉਹੀ ਕੁਛ ਹੀ wounded ਹੋ ਹਾਲੀ ਵੀ ਉਹੀ ਕੁਛ ਹੀ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ and you have healed yourself, then automatically you will have an empathy for that person. You will not say ਕਿ ਉਸਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ hurt ਕੀਤਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹੋਗੇ oh how wounded that person is. That anger in him, everything shows how wounded that man. He needs help. I must help him. So your vision has changed. That shows that you have been healed.
Right. Okay,
because
thank you.
Now you're seeing a different mirror. In the mirror, you're seeing something different. You're seeing that the person is wounded and he needs help. Pehle ki dekh rahe so, hi, how can he say like that to me? How is doing like that to me? That was a different mirror. A wala das raha si ki you are wounded. Now, when you have healed yourself, then another thing comes, then you become empathetic. Then you see that person is wounded. He needs help. I will help that person.
Okay, ji. Thank you.
Hanji.
Hanji, Kiran ji, we can take up your query now.
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਭੂਆ ਜੀ ਅਗਰ ਜੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਲੈਟਰ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਲੈਟਰਸ ਫੁੱਲ ਆਫ ਕ੍ਰਿਟਿਸਿਜ਼ਮ ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਰਿਪਲਾਈ ਕੀਤਾ ਵਿਦ ਦ ਪ੍ਰੇਅਰ ਦੈਟ ਵੀ ਹੈਵ ਲਰਨਡ ਕਿ ਆਮ ਸੌਰੀ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਫੋਰਗਿਵ ਮੀ ਸੋ ਦਿਸ ਵਾਸ ਦ ਰਿਪਲਾਈ ਬਟ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੈਟਰ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਡੂ ਆਈ ਹੈਵ ਟੂ ਵਰਕ ਔਨ ਇਟ ਕਿ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਸਟੀਫਿਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਡੂ ਆਈ ਹੈਵ ਟੂ ਸੌਰਟ ਦ ਮੈਟਰ ਔਰ ਆਈ ਸ਼ੁਡ ਇਗਨੋਰ
No, dekho, when you have already done the Naam Simran and you have healed, then your perspective of that letter that is coming changes. The wordings change. What will it become for you? Oh, he is wounded. He needs help. Empathize with that person. So that whole scenario changes. Why? Because you have healed. Now your way of looking at into the mirror is different. So you don't give anything. You are always helping. You will always be empathetic. You will always be with love. Then slowly what happens? This is how the universe works. When you are healed, the other is healed. Why? Because now you are giving what? Empathy. You are giving love. You are giving a very different type of energy to it. You're giving a very different type of perspective to the thing. So what happens? What will come? Slowly he also gets healed. This is the magic of it. This is the magic of the energies. You heal, the world is healed.
So there should be no effort from myself now at this moment when I've already replied कि उन्होंने कि see वो matter no sort करने दा उन्होंने कोई भी zero effort होने चाहिए.
कुछ नहीं.
And if I give my efforts कि if somebody's if I feel कि we realize कि वो wounded है and if I try to help, so is that
Yes.
against the law?
No, yes, there is a law. This is what is it? I'll be doing later on with these laws. What happens that once you know, you are healed. That is why many times children say कि एक बंदा बार कर रहा है and वो तो take us for a ride कि तो खाली नाम सिमरन करने वाला है. Then I said, see, first step, when you are wounded, check inside. No action, no reaction. You are going to take a responsibility and you're going to respond. How? First, you check yourself inside. I'm wounded. Heal yourself. When you have healed yourself, your perception all change. What does it become? That person needs help. That person needs help. Then, as humanity, maybe a day or 2 or 3 days after you've been totally healed and your way of thinking, your way of seeing is this, that that person is wounded. He needs help. I must help that person. I have an empathy for it. So then you will go to that person. Now you are going with which energy? That that person needs help. I'm not going to that person to tell him, "Aapne mere ko aise bola tha, it was very hurting." And no, you're going with the perception. That perception, what hai? Ki he is wounded, he needs help. So now your energy that you're carrying towards him is very different. Now when you go to him and you sit down with him, you give your body language, the touch you give, and you tell him that aise hua tha, I think, that there must be something. Tell me, is there anything that's hurting you? Tell me what it is. That 101% you will get an excellent result. Because you are carrying a very different energy. You're not going with that judgment or the blame game or anything because you're already healed. Your area has been healed. You're carrying a very different type of army and that you're going towards it.
Yeah.
ठीक है ना बच्चा?
हाँ जी, thank you very much.
हाँ जी रिम्पल मैम.
जी again I have a doubt कि ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੋਲਿਆ ਕਿ ਕੋਈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ hurt ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ, immediately you praise to someone else or whatever, जो भी वहां बैठे है. बट चलो प्रेज भी की हमने, ठीक है, दूसरे बंदे की, पर फिर भी कहीं ना कहीं सबकॉन्शियसली वो बार बार ऐसा रहता है कि नहीं यार उसने ऐसे क्यों किया, बार बार क्यों करता है ऐसे, व्हेन यू आर ऑन अ राइट पाथ क्यों कर रहे हैं. सो मुझे वो नहीं समझ आ रहा. बाकी जो सेकंड आपने बोला ना, आई ऑलवेज हील माई सेल्फ कि नहीं यार बी एम्पैथेटिक, कि वो बंदा वुंडेड है, कहीं ना कहीं हील्ड है. जैसे मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी 1-2 बार शेयर किया हुआ है, जैसे हम कि वो बंदा हील है, वो बंदा वुंडेड है ना, और हम एम्पैथेटिक करके उससे बात भी करते हैं, उसको समझाते भी हैं, वो बंदा समझ भी जाता है, रियलाइज भी करता है, अपोलोजाइज भी करता है, फिर वो बंदा उसी में चले जाता है. मतलब
So that means
it is so difficult again and again.
we believe that we are healed. But we
Huh?
believe that we are healed. If we were actually healed, then we will never say कि वो बंदा बार-बार क्यों कर रहा है. You understand? वो बंदा बार-बार क्यों कर रहा है. That means we are still part of ourselves which has to be healed. It has to become flawless. ਅਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਦੇਵਤੇ overnight नहीं हो सकते हैं. Slowly, a time will come when it'll become flawless. अगला बंदा जो भी कोई गलत कर रहा है, we'll always see with the perception that hey, the banda needs help, or banda is wounded. But then again we're coming to the same thing. कि बंदा फिर बार-बार क्यों कर रहा है? That means something is not healed inside me. ए पल्ले बन लो, we cannot use an excuse. ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ blame game ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ judge ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, means something inside us is still to be healed. We are not 100% healed.
So you mean still I'm not stronger to digest
Yes,
it, है ना?
yes.
So I need to give
yes.
my affirmations कि I have to be stronger.
Yes, we have to be
heal myself.
stronger. We have to be healed, and we have to be in line with the oneness. There is God here, there is God there. God can never be wrong. Not here also, not there also. Everything jo ho raha hai, all challenges in life, these are all experiences in life. Nothing is right, nothing is wrong. All people are wounded, all are healing themselves. Only take your responsibility. Make your vision that broad and that big. Ki empathize with everyone, whoever is wounded. Empathize, they are wounded, they need help. Not, ki, why is he doing bar bar? Why is he doing bar bar? This line should be off. This line shows that we need healing.
मतलब healing मतलब बार-बार हम उसको help करते रहे.
उसको help करो. Your thinking should change more. कि no, अगर मैंने हले भी ये हो रही है कि क्यों बार-बार कर रहे हैं? And at the same time, I'm healing myself also. Why am I seeing this? That we know that means I still have to be healed. I still have to be healed. So what I have to do? I have to do my Naam Simran. I have to do my Naam Simran. कसर हली है.
So I have to take my responsibility.
अपनी responsibility.
ठीक है. Thank you, Buaji.
So now we come with the takeaway.
Hanji, a very important
Hanji,
takeaway
Hanji,
on
Hanji.
today's law of correspondence. We will share it via a slide while Poji throws light on it.
Now, very, very important part of the takeaway is communicate with your organs and every part of your body. If you're having a stomach ache, communicate, correspond with your stomach and just tell your stomach, what's the problem? What is not able to digest? What's problem? Something here I cannot digest in my mind. Please talk to them. Do not give me pain. Whatever you talk to the body, they're going to correspond to it, each and every organ. And the very, very most important is affirm to yourself that you are that oneness. Correspond to that oneness that is inside you. Who will correspond? ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮਨ. ਬਾਹਰ affirm ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ. Correspond. I am that I am. I am that oneness. I am that walking, talking God on earth. I am the universe. I am the mini cosmic. I am the creator. I am the sustainer and the destroyer. So just for this one full day, communicate to your body. Whenever you find little bit of pain, communicate to them, correspond to them. And when you will correspond to them, automatically you see they are going to correspond to you. Because they are all entities, every atom, every cell has an atom, proton, neutron, electron. And every cell has one full body system. One cell, billions of cells. That means every cell has a digestive system, has a nervous system, has a lungs, has everything, all the endocrine system in each and every cell. So you can imagine this full body having billions of cells. They are also all having the full system. Billions of eyes seeing. So communicate to them. They are all one entity. Every cell is a single entity. Communicate with them. They will listen to you. Love every part of your body. And please talk to yourself and say that you are the creator, you are the sustainer, and you are the destroyer. You are that oneness. As you keep on communicating, slowly, you will see that, yes, as there's immense gratitude. This is one of the law which I did last time also. The more you go into gratitude, the more you do Naam Simran, abundance is going to flow into your house. Which house? This body. There will be peace, joy, happiness. There will be abundance and abundance into it. So please, for the whole day, practice on this.
Thank you. One last question quickly we can take up. Hanji Rajmanji.
Buaji, about nutritious food, you have to eat nutritious, but nutritious food depends on the region, season, and one's body constitution. Now wheat is eaten in North Punjab, Haryana. Jowar bajra is eaten here, and South they'll eat rice only.
Yes.
Uh,
So
uh,
having healthy food, also diet and all, whichever region you stay in, have that. Whatever season the fruit and vegetable comes, have that. Eat that. Eat that. Okay, nowadays there are dietitians have come and all, and it is your individual choice. Even whatever the dietitians are telling, they are also very nutritious. They are very nutritious. But on the whole, we will say, wherever you stay, उधर दी ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਸਬਜ਼ੀਆਂ fruits ਆਂਦੀਆਂ ਉਹੀ ਖਾਓ ਔਰ ਨੋਟ ਕਰੋ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਸਬਜ਼ੀਆਂ fruit ਆਂਦੀਆਂ ਨਾ ਉਸ time ਉਸ season ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਔਰ ਉਸ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ they are the cheapest.
Yeah.
Look at the way the universe has been. They are the cheapest.
Apple is not nutritious for us. Apple यहाँ से grow ही नहीं होता.
हाँ तो
Eat apple a day, keep the doctor away. So it is not. I don't agree with this.
No, the apples and all are grown in India. देखो, one is in region,
But
one in the
Kashmir
country.
में है ना, इधर नहीं ना, regional
Kashmir is also in India. Kashmir is also in India.
अच्छा.
Kashmir is also in India.
हाँ जी.
Okay,
अच्छा.
so
नाले फिर one's body constitution ना, और जो कहते हैं त्रिदोष है, पित्त कफ वात. उन कई बंदे देखे हैं, they are slim. But cholesterol ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਹੈ, heart attack ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਹੈ, ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਪੇਟ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੈ, ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਕਫ ਹੈ.
So that means it is all according to your thoughts and emotions. All your hormones, your enzymes, your chemicals go haywire because of your thoughts, your negative emotions.
ਹਾਂਜੀ. ਨਾਲੇ ਨਿਊਟ੍ਰੀਸ਼ਨ ਖਾਣ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਸਾਨੂੰ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਦਾਮ ਖਵਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ.
That's your individual choice.
Do you agree with this? मैं तो thumbs up कर रहा. Okay, thank you. थोड़ा एक question है, वो थोड़ा
We'll do it next.
Next time.
Okay, thank you, thank you so much.
Talking to every organ, as Pawaji said, is therapeutic because our trillions of cells have memory, cellular memory. So careful what you speak to your body. On this note, we thank you all and take your leave with the promise to meet again tomorrow, 5:30 a.m. IST. Have an amazing Monday.